back, everybody. This is EMD Sports. I want to thank you for all y'all support. I'm your host, Chris Hit or Miss. I'm one of my co-hosts, Straight Talk Ted. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Look, we're going to jump right into this, straight for the NFL news. First question, the impact of free agency. Top free agencies to sign with their teams, you know. Start with the top running backs. You got King Henry, as in like Derrick Henry from Tennessee Titans, going to the Baltimore Ravens. You got Saquon Barkley from New York Giants to the Philadelphia Eagles. You got DeAndre Swift going from Philadelphia Eagles to Chicago Bears. He waiting for Kellen Williams. He getting ready. Even though it's free agency, I'm going to hit them with one notable trade, which is a running back, because we're talking about running backs. Even though it's not free agency, it's a trade. The Cincinnati Bengals traded Joe Mixon to Houston Texans.
Yes.
Joined C.J. Stroud. Going to be in his second year. Lost in the playoffs. Actually, he won a playoff game, right?
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken. And then lost in the second round, which is good. You want that from the rookie, so
yeah, you want to
get him off the fast pace.
Absolutely.
First year head coach. We didn't talk about that, D'Amico Ryan.
Yeah.
Got to shout out to the brother. And a lot of us in game.
Right.
It's a nice little couple of nucleus back and forth. Aaron Jones went from Green Bay Packers. He got cut, went to the Minnesota Vikings, which is that's a sleeper, but I don't know. He might have getting a little old.
Right.
And then the one that's surprising, I think is really going to have an impact. Josh Jacobs signing to the Green Bay Packers and that young squad. That squad, you know what they had? They had growing pains against the 49ers this year.
Of course.
And that's what happened. That's the only reason why. They're going to be tough.
Right.
They're going to be tough. Ain't going to be no.
Right.
Saying all that, who do you think had the biggest impact on them teams?
Out of all the guys you just mentioned, I'm going to say Saquon Barkley. And let me tell you why I think he's going to have the biggest impact. First of all, he's from Penn State.
PA?
That's right. There's a connection right there.
Even though he's from New York, but he's went to PA.
He's going to feel
State.
comfortable being in Philadelphia. Just from that, okay? Then he's in the same division as the Giants. That's another thing which I'm saying, like, okay.
So disrespect.
Yeah, that's like, okay,
no respect.
You don't want to give me this money. That's so fine. We okay with that. I'm going to sign with, the team that you're going to be fighting for. But in this case now, the Giants don't look like, they might be rebuilding again at the way things are going right now because of the injury to the quarterback. We don't know how serious that is. But they probably saying now, maybe we should have gave Saquon that money. You know what I'm saying? But running backs, we all know that their careers are short.
They look at them like a dime a dozen.
Exactly, dime a dozen, and they just run them into the ground. So let's keep it real. But I think Saquon is going to have the biggest impact out of all those guys. And I'm going to say coming second with that is going to be Henry. Henry is that dude that in the third quarter, when your team is tied, he's grounded and pounding them, okay? So I think Henry is going to have a big impact also. Those are my two guys. The other guys, I think they're going to fit in and do their job and play well. But biggest impact, I'm going to say, is going to be Saquon, Barkley, and Henry.
All right.
That's my take on that.
The Saquon thing, that's my guy, but I'm probably go third.
Okay.
The one, I'm going to just flip-flop. I'm going to go Baltimore one, as in like Derrick Henry. Man, I told you every year, we keep saying it. What we said last show.
Yo.
Every year is different. Just because you lost that one year, don't mean you might not make it back. And
that's a good
And I said
point.
that the Baltimore Ravens, they lost to the Patriots maybe like 5-10 years ago, before they won their last one.
Right.
They lost to them.
Right.
And came back, and the next year they beat them with Joe Flacco. It happens. I feel like it's the same vibe.
And it's funny you mention that. Just by getting him, not saying that this guy had any pressure, because I think what you call is a hell of a quarterback. Okay, let's keep it real. But to have Henry in the backfield back there, are you
dangerous.
Serious? Yo, it takes so much. It makes the game so much comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And this guy here, like I said, just hand it to him, and he's gonna ground and pound, man.
You know what I said? Linebackers must be like, oh man.
Yo.
Like, yo, you a linebacker. You playing in that division. Yo, if you a free agency the next year, you got all. Yo, I would demand high money because get me out of this division.
Do you see how those dudes look when that dude is running towards them, man?
They be scared. It's almost like
Yeah.
it's not like scared, but it's
Yeah.
like damn, like
Like, oh, he's in front of me. I gotta make this play.
it's almost like Iverson.
man.
Do I let him cross me over
Yeah.
and get dropped,
Yeah.
or do I just
Do I-
let him get
Do
past
I let him
me
stiff arm
and
me
get
in
the and one?
Yeah. Do I let him stiff arm me in the face and knock me out of the play? You know what I'm saying? It's
And then,
kind of like
like-
that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
Yeah, but,
I'm
yeah,
telling you, that's gonna
yeah.
be. And Baltimore got something to prove. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this. Second one. Yo, I really think the Texans got something. They got something, man. The Texans got
Yo.
Joe Mixon. Yo, let me say this first.
yeah.
It's a business. It's clearly a business. Joe Mixon took a pay cut like 2 years ago, maybe last year, to restructure his contract, and they got traded. I would have said, for all that, just trade me now, or you got. So I took a pay cut and then got
Right.
traded the year later for all that. I would have just said,
There's-
the hell with
there's-
it.
There's no
Just-
loyalty.
There's
in
no
football,
loyalty
in football. You
on
know
sports.
That. No, I'm gonna say really football. 'Cause
Really
football's
football.
bad.
It's bad.
Them dudes be like, yeah, you our guy, and then like as soon as you get to the max of the contract, they cut him, get rid of him, like he's done.
I'm confused. I could have sworn Joe Burrow was out most of the year. I could have sworn
He's a quarterback though.
T. Higgins, who's a great wide receiver, missed like 4 or 5 games.
Wow,
My
this-
man Joe Mixon battling
That-
like running backs do,
That
battling through injuries.
only applies
Like,
to running backs.
come on.
That's it. It only applies to running
Also,
backs.
I'm hurt for 2-3 weeks. I'm out for 1 week. Now I got to come back. I got to force myself back.
Yo,
Like you see, he
the
was
things,
still.
the things that be happening to these dudes when they get hurt, most of them are playing hurt. Most of them are playing hurt.
They always playing hurt. That's why Jalen Hurts looked at so.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, he played hurt.
These guys
half
play
the season.
hurt because there's somebody waiting to take his spot, and he will lose money.
Now look, I'm gonna say something that nobody talk about,
What's that?
and you're gonna agree. People get hurt more. Realized a couple years ago they added another game, and nobody talking about that. They talking about less preseason, but now
Yo,
you have more games. And if you're a team that got the bye in like the first week or two, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I see a team that have a bye second, third week. You gotta play 17 weeks in a row. You're done.
You remember when they did something when they changed like the practice, like how long you supposed to go into training camp and all this and that. And that first part of the season, all these dudes were tearing their Achilles. You remember that?
Yo, I remember that.
You remember that? Dudes was getting hurt left and right.
Like, yo, what's going on? Like, yo,
listen, you saw in the Super Bowl, guy just jumped in the air and tore his Achilles. And we can't catch
I
Santa
still
talking
can't.
about that.
I'm gonna keep real.
I feel so bad for that guy.
Everybody had that moment. Like, I've never seen that
Listen,
before. I
They're
remember
not-
my sister was like, "Yo, is this
When
happening?"
when those guys are crying on the field,
They-
it's
you know-
not
you know-
be-
you
it's
know
not
what
be-
time it is.
It's not because of pain.
Yo,
It's because they said, "Oh my God, that money's gone."
that money. Yo, you
That
went
money
from
is
like
gone.
If
Ooh,
not only
man,
like,
come on,
it
man.
dropped dramatically because you're a football
Yeah,
player.
man.
Injuries are different in
Yeah.
basketball. You come back and
Yeah.
still have that bounce.
And go through that crazy physical to make sure that you're good enough to come back.
He played linebacker. He's already big. He's already brolic.
Look at our boy, man, from the wide receiver. What's his name? Our boy, wide receiver for Baltimore Ravens. He's letting him go. He's moving on. He's a free agent.
Odell Beckham?
Odell Beckham.
Oh, they ain't resign him?
No. We don't know. We don't know
Yo, you can't sign him
how
now.
much football he
You
has
can't-
left in him.
He had like, you can't sign. I know. I would have kept him, but
But anyway, I digress. We'll talk about it some other time.
yeah.